YouTube channel live. And it looks like we are live. That's really awesome. I'm so glad that everybody's here today. My name is Sean Symons, also known as PPG Grandpa. We got a big board right here, plus a really awesome couple of guests. Not only do we have Daniel Feldman, but we also got Eric Dufour here tonight. We'll say hello to some people in the chat. We got Bonnie Franz, Kramer, Jim from Care PPG, Brian Franz. A lot of chatting in here. We definitely appreciate you guys. Bill 8. As I'm going down, next Batman. Well, hello, next Batman. Travis DuPont is there. Hope I said it right. Cyan Samari, welcome. Very good to see you. Bonnie, never trust a skinny chef. Shane, man, we got a lot of people here tonight. We're going to be giving a bunch of stuff. Don Bevel's there. Hello. We're going to be giving away a lot of stuff tonight. We got stickers, so make sure, and t-shirts, so make sure you say hello to Will Fly in the super chat, and make sure that we get you on the spinny wheel of winning things. We got James Bevel. He's going to be giving us away some stickers. How you doing, James? Good to see you. We got our Paramom USA. She is our pom-pom girl and our PR girl. Good to see you. We also got Jim Senard from Canada. He is our official care printing and publishing person. Well, a lot of P's on that one. From PPG, right? And we also got Will Fly from Will Fly PPG. Daniel, welcome to the show, buddy. Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
So you are running Dragon PPG, right?
Yes.
So for all of us that don't know, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into paramotoring?
Yep. Well, I've been in the commercial door business for about 35 years. And then about 4 years ago, I saw a paramotor in a movie, and that kind of got me interested in paramotors. I've always wanted to fly, and I just could never really afford a plane or a helicopter or something like that. So when I saw the paramotor in the movie, I thought that's something I think I can afford. So I started looking. I bought a unit, and after I got it, I thought that there could be some improvements made. And that's what led me to start designing my own. So about 2 years ago, after I left Eric's for training, I decided when I got back to Pennsylvania, I would just start designing and building my own. And I guess one thing led to the other. And, when I got the first one done, a friend of mine said, you should bring it to Oshkosh. I think that people would be interested in that. And that's really what spurred me to start the company.
Yep. Well, excellent. That's really awesome. So you make your own paramotors. So I assume that you fly both foot launch, trike, and quad, or what do you fly?
I have never foot launched. I started on a quad and I stayed on a quad.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you like the quad?
I love the quad. I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah.
Now you said that you've been flying for a while now. So how long have you been actually flying the
I've been flying for maybe 2.5 years. Yeah, I'm a relatively new pilot, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're creating your own. I mean, for someone that hasn't foot launched, and just done the quads, you're putting together a machine that flies. That's really amazing. How'd you come up with the design, and how'd you get it to where, it actually flies straight and doesn't fly crooked and stuff?
That might have been by luck. I'm not sure. But when I decided to build it, of course I had a unit already, so I used that for some inspiration. But I purposely didn't look online at any other designs. People would say when they knew that I was working on it, have you seen this one? I said, no, I'm not looking at any other units. I don't want any inspiration from anybody else, because then I'm basically just copying somebody. So I wanted to try to be as original as I could. So I just started doodling on some paper and bought some electrical conduit and brought it out to the shop and started bending it and tacking it together until I came up with a design that I liked. And it just, pieces just kind of fell together, So I guess the reason it flies straight is totally accidental. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad that it flies straight. And apparently it runs really good. So your .com to go to is flydragonppg.com. So anybody that wants to check it out, go to flydragonppg.com. Daniel Feldman also said that he wants to give away some t-shirts on the show. So we're going to be spinning the wheel here at the half an hour and at the hour mark. Daniel, man, I tell you, you've really created a bunch of cool things. Are you still there or did you freeze up?
I'm here. I think I'm here.
Okay. I think the
Am I
internet.
still on?
I think the internet's kind of rough. My dog said it was kind of rough right now too.
Oh, okay.
So we want to hear more about this. I mean, you just decided to design your own, so no inspiration from anything else. So where was the inspiration? How did you make your own trike?
Well, I did have inspiration from a unit.
Uh-oh. And we lost him. Darn it.
Just like that.
Or he was like, I don't want to talk no more.
Maybe he was done. Yeah.
That was it. That's all we're going to do. He's trying to log back in again. So as soon as he logs back in,
There he is.
good. All right. Don't forget
Am I
to
back?
don't forget to unmute yourself.
He's thinking about it. There he is. If anyone's streaming in his on his internet, it would help if they didn't.
That's true. So it looks like he's frozen and he's still on. There you go. Just came off of the mute.
Okay,
All right. Are you there, Daniel?
I'm here.
Excellent. Excellent. Good. Good.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, we thought you just didn't like us. No.
No.
So how did you come up with this inspiration for this quad? And, how long did it take for you to go from, I'm scribbling some stuff down on paper to making something that actually works and having your own company?
Well, I did have, I think, there's everybody kind of copies something from somebody. You see something you like, you see the way something is built. So I did have a basic idea of what I wanted to do, and how long it took. I left Eric's 2 years ago in January. So I came back from Florida the end of January, and in 6 months I had 3 complete, and I was at Oshkosh.
Wow.
So there's a lot of late nights and a lot of weekends just trying to get them there, but it came out right. So yeah, and then we've been going to the shows trying to promote the product. So things could go later, but it's going fast enough because I work on them by myself. So right now I'm in the process of getting all the jigs faster, and it takes a lot of time.
All right, Daniel, you're really coming in choppy, buddy. If there's anybody else on your internet that's streaming or doing anything, see if they can stop that. No Netflix right now.
Oh, I don't know. Eric, can you go over to tell Yen if she's on the internet to get off? Yeah. Yen? And I don't know if maybe. Yeah, okay. Maybe. He's gonna go to our neighbors and tell them to get off Netflix.
Get off their own internet.
At least for an hour. We're just doing a podcast here. But we did have a question in the super chat, and the question was from Bonnie Franz. Wants to know, what movie did you see the paramotor in?
Oh, and I don't know. I saw it on a plane. I was on my way back from Asia, and I was just watching a bunch of movies, and there was a paramotor in it. I remember what was in the movie, but I don't remember the title. Yeah. Yeah, it was nothing that anybody would recognize. I'm sure it was probably maybe even a foreign film. I don't know.
Gotcha. Will Fly, I think PPG Pirate said something in the super chat.
Yeah, he did. He said, and I'm assuming he's talking about, I guess, the quad. In all seriousness, he says it's a very strong, easy to replace parts with, and if it breaks. Someone at Moonshiners drove it off the hill in a ditch, and Daniel had it fixed in minutes.
That is true.
Yeah. So he's talking about a quad or a trike.
Yes, it's a quad. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's a quad.
I got you.
Yeah. And when in the design, and one of the things that led me to build my own is the one that I had, the manufacturer was having trouble replacing parts. I think they were in a little bit of trouble business-wise. Are you still there?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay. And he had a lot of intricate bends and people couldn't get parts. So in my design of the Dragon, I tried to make it as much as I could that anybody can build a replacement part from a Harbor Freight vendor. I didn't want to design something that they have to come back to me if for some reason something happens and I can't get them apart. They can just make their own very easily. Most of the tubes are just a straight curve that anybody can do.
Cool. That's really neat. So do they come assembled, or you basically like a paramotor, you put them together and?
Well, right now they come assembled, but I'm working on jigs where I can eventually offer them as a kit, and that's the goal. Maybe by Oshkosh of this year, if I can get them done, I'd like to at least have some kind of a kit put together where people can just put them together themselves.
Wow.
Yeah, because shipping is such a big deal now. You know, you put one together, and I don't even know what shipping might be, but by the time you crate it, you know, it's $500 to crate it, and then another $2,000 to ship it. So it's just crazy. So it kind of has to be a kit unless somebody picks it up.
Yeah, size matters. I mean, if you go to ship a yardstick, you're in trouble, man, because you can't break it down, you know.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, in the background, can you go to Fly Dragon PPG and share that website as we talk?
Sure thing.
Excellent. Looks like there's another question in the super chat. Will or James?
I got it.
Go ahead.
James, he says he's interested to hear about the changes that he made in his quad, and that's not on others.
Well, I didn't understand that.
So you said that you had your own design basically for a quad that's not like other quads. What are some of the designs that you have on there that others don't have?
Well, it's hard to describe. How would you say, Eric? What makes it different than others?
It's roomy.
Here, hop on. Yeah, Eric's got a lot more experience with other quads.
Well, I'd say that Dan is a very, very good builder for sure. And attention to details are very, very well done. So the trike is roomy, but it's also very, very solid. We did some testing to go to over 4 Gs with the trike. We loaded the trike with 2,000 pounds on the seat. So everything, all the details with laser, everything is so precise. There's not too many units built like this. And then I'm not making this up. I have this unit, and he built also the sky cart that I used. It's a smaller. See, the one that you see on the picture now on the left is a sky cart. So the Dragon is a bigger unit, and the sky cart is a smaller Dragon. I would say like a baby Dragon. So I call it sky cart. So that unit is strong, solid, well done, and it's kind of. I think it's pretty. I mean, it's a nice, good-looking unit, and everything, all the attention to details are there. So Dan is a good manufacturer, and I'm very impressed. That's all I can say. And if you look at this picture now, you see I have tons of room to look up, and you can see the glider very well, and it's very solid. So it inspires confidence. That's what it is about this trike that is so particular, because not every trikes are built the same, obviously. But this one is not only safe, solid, and flies well. And there's a lot of polished parts on the trike. So it's a well done trike.
So Eric, you've flown trikes before and quads, right? What's the difference between trikes and quads as far as the flying?
Well, the only difference basically is that when you learn how to fly a trike or a quad, you have a more stable machine with 4 wheels, obviously. If it was more stable, if somebody wants to say otherwise, then that they were not there when they had the Honda 3-wheel when everybody got hurt trying to turn it too fast. So 4 wheels are better than 3 wheels, bottom line, no argument. But there's more drag involved, more weight also. But the stability is there. So when I teach, I use quads. But once you know how to fly, you don't need 4 wheels. But people like the 4 wheels because it's more stable. And well, some other reason too, you have a better suspension, I would say. So some people like better four wheels.
So it
Yeah,
can
that's-
hold up to 4Gs. Now, other trikes and quads, can they hold that much, or is that something special? Only
No,
drag.
the one that we know, and certainly not the one that is called, and then I'm not gonna put the brand down, but the Green Eagle was not as strong. And we heard about a really bad fatality a few years ago when the unit shattered in two. Of course, the person was doing a IG spiral, but if you pull anything more than 2 or 3G, the trike couldn't take it. But in Dan's unit and my Sky Cart, it's so solid. I won't do acro to prove my point, but we did put over 2,000 pounds on that seat, and we could lift it, and there was no damage to the unit. So that's pretty solid.
So the
There's-
Sky Cart is
there's
something
actually a-
that
Yeah, there's a video right there you can play. I don't know if, yeah, right there. Yep.
that one right there. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were testing the unit, and we wanted to know how much weight we could put. And when we reached 4Gs, we said, well, if you do 5Gs, you're still pass out. So why
Say
would
that
you
again,
do-
Dan.
All right. So what are we looking at, guys?
Well, we loaded it up with as many cinder blocks as I could find at my place. And what you can't see is behind them where the engine goes, there's stacks of concrete block as well. So we loaded up as much as we could. And then we lift it, and then three of us jump on it as well. So yeah, you'll see it. We're lifting it now, slowly, of course, to make sure that it holds together. And we're lifting it where the hang point would be if you fly it. And then
That is a lot of weight.
that is a lot of weight, and then three of us get on it.
Yeah, we
as
did
well.
put a little bit more weight just to make sure.
And how much is that? How much weight?
It was 2,000, just over
Over.
2,000
Yeah,
pounds.
over 2,000.
Yeah, and then the three of us get on it just to see, but
That's pretty impressive, you know. Ask this to any other manufacturer for fun. Ask them to provide a video like that.
I agree. I agree. That's incredible. So
Yeah.
over 2,000 pounds plus three people.
well,
you would-
no, that's including the three.
Oh, that's including the three?
Yeah, but well, yeah, you'll see. We'll get on it, and the frame stretches. It stretches quite a bit. But the 6061 T6 tubing that we use is 1/8 inch thick. And it came back to true. You know, we had no bends in any of the aluminum when we were done.
Holy smokes.
That speaks for itself. And then the trike is normal weight. It's under 254. It's a legal ultralight. So you know that you're flying a machine that if you have something and you pull a reserve, you know, it's not going to split in two.
Okay. So on average, what are the normal G's for other trikes and carts that are out there?
Hard to say, but normally it's only from 2 to 3G. It's rarely 4 or 5 because airplanes are built to 4Gs. So most are, but you can have 5, 6 if you do acro. But when you do 2 or 3G, that's the norm, 3 or 4.
Okay. And you said that 4Gs you black out anyway, right?
If you go
And
more
listen,
than 4Gs, you can,
What are the wings rated at?
quite a bit.
Jeez.
You would black out.
That is really interesting. So what'd you say, Daniel? What's the G's for?
I asked Elizabeth what the wings were rated, and she thinks they're 3, but she's not sure. She's not sure. It could be 4.
Okay.
Yep.
So you
and we if I had one of these days when I want to do another test, I'll throw maybe 3,000 pounds on it just to see what happens.
Yeah, well, that's what they do with paraglider. They destroy them, and they know exactly how much pressure it takes
Mhm.
to destroy the glider. So they know the capacity of all the line and material.
That is incredible. So you came up with the design that can hold 4Gs by yourself without any inspiration? You seem like you have like a lot of background in.
I did have that. I had that other unit. I did have the Green Eagle, which I took some inspiration. If you look at mine next to them, you're going to see that. Oh yeah, Dan, this kind of helped Dan a little bit. So I did have a little bit of help there. But it's changed enough. I got rid of a lot of metal that I thought could be shaved from the unit I had, and I just cleaned it up so it wasn't so busy. It was just a clean unit that was strong, and when I built it, I really didn't care, because my first one I built just for me. So I really didn't care what it costs or, you know, how heavy it was. I mean, I wanted to try to keep it legal. But my main thing is I just wanted it to be strong and safe. So if somebody did have a rollover, that they're not going to get hurt.
Okay, that's really interesting. Anybody on the panel have any questions for Daniel or Eric?
Yeah, James was, he wants to know, he says he remembers the MacGyver episode back in the 80s with the paramotor. And that was the first time he had ever seen one. He was like 8 years old or so. Plus there was
Oh, okay.
one on, what was that show, Sean? The one where you and I both like it, Loudmouth. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Paramotor on Loudmouth.
yes, that was on Netflix on Loudmouth. That was pretty.
Baywatch.
Did Baywatch have a paramotor too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mitch flew.
Dang, man, and we're just hearing about him now. Like a long time ago.
I'm gonna have to look that up. Was there any other movies or shows that we had paramotors on? That was pretty crazy.
And there was James Bond movie with trike. There was like a type of a snowmobile, 4 wheels in one of the James Bond movie, and it was a long time ago. And there was another one also. I don't remember which one. So maybe 2 or 3 movies that I remember over the last 25 years.
I think we're gonna have to make our own movie. And
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
paramotors in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
we're gonna.
time. We should have our own movie.
I think we
And
should.
another thing that Dan didn't mention about his design, it's not a copy of the inspiration of different models, of course, but he did a nice angles to make the machine pretty. So when you look at the machine sideways, from the back or from the front, it's a pretty machine. It's well built, it's strong and solid. It inspires confidence, but it's not a small trike by no means. So you see more now smaller trike on the market right now. And small is really good, but doesn't mean better, because as far as safety, sometimes stronger is better. But again, each one is own. Some people will say this is a suburban, and I like this kind of car, and some of them would like to have a compact, but it really is a good, well-built machine. That's my final point about it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Eric.
James says the neighbors are back on Netflix.
Yeah. Neighbors are back on Netflix. All right. Any other questions from the super chat or from the panel here?
All right, I've got one. We've got this nice machine built real rigid. Now, is there any plans in the future to make like a tandem quad?
Yes. Yeah, I do have a tandem. In fact, Eric has one here at his school. He flies all his tandems on it.
Great.
But it's we sell it as a single seater, and then we sell a conversion kit if somebody wants to convert it.
All right. Sounds great.
So they can start, a pilot can buy the unit. It's got a 503 Rotax on it, so it's got plenty of power. And then once they get confident, flying by themselves, then they can just buy the upgrade kit and make it a tandem.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
interesting. I never knew that. I always thought you had to buy a whole new tandem machine, so you can actually keep you can keep the one that you have and then just do, like you said, the conversion and just
Right.
change it into a tandem.
Correct. The same
Cool.
engine. Yep. The same engine. Yep. Because the 503's got enough power.
Very cool.
And
I didn't
that
know
was
that.
that was part of my design when I first started. I made it longer than the unit that I had, anticipating that sometime in the future I would want to make a tandem. So I just wanted to make it long enough. So it's the same airframe.
That's cool. So do you sell a lot of them?
I
Those
don't.
Conversion ones?
I don't. We're just kind of starting.
Okay.
It was just 2 years that I came up with the idea. So I'm
Okay.
actually still making jigs in the shop so I can make them faster. So
Okay.
hopefully in another 6 months, 8 months, I'll have all those done, and then I can focus more on marketing.
Very cool. Yeah, we'll have to have you back on the show again so you can tell us all about it. Yeah,
Yep.
that's really exciting. Man, Yeah, because they don't have to spend all that money, for a whole new outfit, right? They can just buy that
Right.
conversion one, and
Yep.
it's very cool. Yeah.
So is the conversion kit just for your trike or just for your
Yes.
quad? Okay, so
Just
it's
for mine.
just for your,
Yes. Yep.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. See, I learned something every time. Every week on the show, I learn something new, and I just feel so, somebody will ask me a question, I can answer just like that. And I'll go, wow,
Yeah.
you know a lot.
A little bit, getting back to the construction, I was thinking as we were talking, it's a high-end unit because we don't use any plastic parts. All of our saddle washers, we machine out of solid aluminum. Everything is polished. All the saddle washers are polished. What's that, Eric? Yeah, it's almost all bolted together. All the brackets are polished. The axles are a 7075 alloy, solid aluminum, and they're polished. So there's a lot of work that goes into it to make it look as good as it does, which of course then we have to add to the price at the end. But it's really a well-built unit. I didn't go cheap, I don't think, on anything.
Well, that's good. Seems like we got a bunch of questions in the super chat.
Yeah, man. So PG, okay, seriousness, we got that one. I think we kind of already touched on this. Bonnie Franz was asking about how far can it break down for transport, and you're in the process of working that out, right, to make it.
Well, yeah, but that would only be for shipping to a customer to assemble it. It's not really a unit that's made to break down to travel with. You really have to have a trailer. Yeah.
Right.
Or some way to carry it, but it's not meant to break down and put in your trunk or anything like that. Yeah, it's way too big a unit.
Gotcha. So you got to have a trailer with it. Gotcha. Looks like Greg Laney said,
Yeah, trailer, yeah.
Greg Laney said, I think there is a
Yeah, Eric's,
movie with a paramotor.
It wouldn't fit in the back of a pickup truck?
it would be wide in the back. Yeah, it's very wide in the back. You could put it in a pickup truck. You'd probably have to throw a plank across your tailgate, so the wheels could rest on it. And it's a heavy unit. It's not something that you want to load. It's right at the limit. So it's not a light unit to throw in the truck by yourself.
So
Gotcha.
here's another question there that was asked, was what the weight limit, if it was just under the limit or not. So that's for FAR 103, right? That it's under the limit for?
Yeah, PPG Pirate said, what are the real weights without safety gear?
Without safety gear, we're the way it's in the picture, we're at 252. And then we can lighten it up more with smaller wheels and seats to get it to 103 with the wing. So the way it's weighed on the website is 252.
Gotcha. All right. We have more questions, it looks like. Tony Marzano does say, does it fall into the FAR 103 for weight? And yes, it does. And James said, will he have some at Bad Apples?
Yes, Yeah.
Would you have yours at Bad Apples?
I believe so. I'm gonna bring, yeah, I believe we can bring it.
Yeah, I'm not going to be at Bad Apples, but Eric's going to be there. So you think
Yeah,
you?
with Jonathan, I believe we'll bring it.
Yeah, I guess they're going to bring one. Either Jonathan Carr will bring his or Eric will bring his.
Okay, excellent.
And they'll give tandems. They'll give tandem rides there.
Instructional.
Instructional.
Instructional tandem rides, exactly.
There you go. So Plainfield PPG, I mean, the unit is obviously really strong and well built. Plainfield PPG wants to know if you can build a prop like that.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, it would.
Prop that doesn't break.
Can get
One that doesn't hit the ground.
Exactly. Well, it is 7:30. Will, we got a bunch of people on the spinning wheel, I assume, yes?
Yeah. Well, were we doing a spinning wheel today?
Yes, we are. We're going to be doing the spinning wheel, and Linda Anderson, our PR girl, is going to be reading all the names and saying hello to everybody that has joined us.
Yes. my
Yeah, and if
favorite
you're
part.
not on the wheel, give me a quick holler, and I think I pretty
Right.
much got everyone.
Holler. No, if you're not on the wheel, just say, hey, in the chat. Hey,
Hey.
But make sure you
Hey.
tag Will, because if you tag me, I don't even see the super chat. You know, I'm working on this side over here. So much going on. It looks like
ooh,
Daniel's
look at all
back.
the chatters.
Can you see it, Linda?
Uh-huh.
Go
Yep.
for it.
Looks good. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Welcome, chatters, a Monday night. This is my favorite part of the night. All right, we'll get on with the show here. We got Brian Franz in the house, Kramer, Bonnie Franz, John Wayne, Cowboy, Bill H, Travis DuPont, Cheyenne Samari. Excuse me if I sabotage the name. James, we got Goalie Theo, Never Trust a Skinny Chef Shane, Shaney, what's up? Next Batman, PPG Pirate, hey, Flying Flamingo Jade, my beauty. PPG, the other Nick, Dewey Millside. Hi, Weesey, Oliver. I always mess up. I'll just say
Elise.
Oliver. Yeah. Michael Jasper, Angela Preslick, A-Lines, Gary Simons, Tony Marzano, Wiggy Wing. I love that. Scuba. All right. Hey, Scuba. Plainfield PPG and Greg Laney. Woo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cuba's not on here, so he can, be on the spinning wheel and try to win.
Yeah, I know it. I got his number.
Yeah,
know
I
his-
see how it is.
I
Uh-huh.
don't
He's
blame
no
him.
dummy. He's like, well, I'll just jump in the chat tonight, try to win something.
Absolutely. So Daniel Feldman, owner of FlyDragonPPG.com, is going to be giving away some t-shirts today. Tell us about the t-shirts real quick, sir.
Well, you can see a picture. I'm wearing one now. I don't know if you can see it.
That's
I can
cool.
see it.
Yep. And then on the back, I don't know. I got the back there. Can you see that?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Big
awesome.
wide on the back. That's really nice.
Very
All right.
cool. Very cool.
And tell us again real quick about Fly Dragon PPG and how to get up with you if anybody's interested.
Just go to our website, flydragonppg.com, and I encourage phone calls. I'm not really a social media guy. I'd much rather somebody just call me.
He's like,
Yeah,
call
but
me,
we do have,
call me,
we have an email, so people can email. But I just prefer somebody give me a call and we'll talk.
Excellent.
There you go.
Now this is a video right now, but we also put the audio out on our podcast. So for the people that are listening real quick, what is the phone number that we can call?
845-866-5238. And that's my cell number.
Excellent. All right, guys.
Hey,
To
got
shuffle,
a couple
shuffle,
people that
we're
joined
gonna-
the chat.
We're gonna.
Oh, we got another one jumped on.
Oh, who jumped on?
We got Don
Don
Belleville.
Belleville.
Belleville. Was it Richard what? Richard Bloom what? It's kind of cut off.
Blumshield.
Okay. Sean Hartman. Did I say Greg Laney already?
You
If
did.
I did, I said it again.
You said it a couple times.
It's like,
Greg Laney. Everybody knows Greg.
so you want to make him feel really popular tonight. That's what it is.
Super
See?
popular.
Yes.
All right, ready?
No more names on the wheel.
All right, shuffle,
No more
shuffle,
names on the
shuffle.
wheel. This is it.
Well,
Okay.
we are still going to spin again at the top of the hour, so
Yes, yes.
make
So
sure
don't
you
go
stay
away.
here and listen in.
Yes, don't leave us.
Yeah, no more names on the wheel for this.
No more
spin.
names on the wheel.
You ready?
Ready when you are.
I'm saying PPG Pirate might get it tonight.
Nah, good guess. I'm guessing Michael Jasper.
Okay.
John Wayne, because it's always rigged for John Wayne or Bonnie.
Did I even add John Wayne?
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, cowboy.
just messing with him.
I want that hockey player to win.
I'm gonna say Kramer.
Goalie Theo.
Oh, sorry, Scuba. Your name just went by. He's like, darn it, I should have just met. Look, Bonnie Franz, what'd I tell you? No Brian France.
I don't know.
No,
It's greased
no,
pretty well.
I
I'm
don't
thinking
know.
of
Greg
Greg.
Laney that we
Because
were talking about.
I said Greg Blaney 2 times. That's why.
Greg Laney,
That's
Greg
it.
Laney, Greg Laney.
Congratulations, Greg Laney.
See what happens when I say his
Congratulations,
name
Greg.
twice? Oh,
You
you said it
actually
like
said it
4
like
times,
8
John.
times now. Oh, sorry.
We said it a
Oh,
million.
screen share. That was a little premature spinulation.
Stimulation. Yeah, that's so
Congratulations, Greg.
funny. Excellent.
Winner chicken dinner.
So Daniel, how does our winner get up with you to claim?
See, they can actually call me if they want, give me their address and I'll mail it. Or if you want to give me their address, however. Or if you
All right,
want to shoot me an email.
All right, one more time, the phone number.
845-866-5238.
Excellent. So there you go, Greg. Make sure you get up with Daniel so he can send you out one of those really awesome Fly Dragon PPG shirts. Excellent.
You
So
guys
now
want to do the thumbnail real quick?
Oh yeah,
Or we
yeah.
get Eric and we'll get Eric in the picture here real quick before the internet
Eric.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you in the picture.
No.
Okay, we're doing the thumbnail, so guys, so say
All right,
cheese.
on a count of 3. Wait a minute, not ready yet. Okay, count of 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go.
Excellent day. Good
Oh,
deal.
Cool.
A question for me now to you guys. How many of you guys are flying trike, by the way?
How many fly trike? I fly trike. Anybody else fly trikes?
Not yet.
I did a tandem last year. Everybody, now my team's gonna go. Oh, here we go. Here she goes.
I think most of us are foot launch here, except
Yeah.
Sean out has a trike, so he can fly it.
That's a good news because, get ready because we all are going to end up on the trike.
I think you're right.
Yeah, paying close attention to it. Actually, that's I was wondering why you chose the Rotax 503 for it.
That's Dan.
Because I wanted a lot of power.
Okay.
The unit I had was underpowered. And I had a friend of mine who's been in aviation his whole life. He said, just out of the blue, he said, you ought to throw a 503 on there. I said, well, what's a 503? I didn't even know. And I managed to find a brand new 503 on the shelf, and I went and bought it, and I loved it. There's nothing like the power.
How much do they weigh?
I used to know. When I first started, I knew how much it weighed, but I think with the exhaust and everything, it's maybe 115, 125, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember, to be honest with you.
I guess the reason I'm asking is I'm curious about putting one of the 4-strokes on there.
Well, I had a 26 horsepower Kohler engine on that unit that I had bought, the Green Eagle, and the Rotax ended up weighing about the same. By the time you put the exhaust and the electric start on it and all that stuff.
Interesting.
If you're
So
not
you
too
got
heavy-
you got quite a few trike flyers also in the chat.
Mhm.
But Eric, I think you're right. Ultimately, we're all, those hot days aren't getting any cooler, and yeah, it's more difficult to run the older you get.
Yeah, but don't get your hope too high with the 4-stroke because everyone that I saw so far, unless you're a small pilot under 190 pounds, it doesn't have a lot of power. Unless you work the engine and boost it a little bit with some more, and that's what people do. And Dan has customers, and they all take their Kohler engine or Generac and they boost that to as much as they can, because I've trained quite a few people on those heavy trike with 4-stroke, very disappointing and not a lot of power if you're a big guy. And the funny thing is, most of these guys who buys those big trike are 230, 250, and they expect to climb and they don't climb. That's a reality.
That's true. Matter of fact, one of the trikes that I have has a Rotax 503 on it also. It does have a lot of power. I really like it.
So can you, who was it? Someone was asking, can you install a Cosmos 300 on that, or Cosmos? Yeah, can you put a Cosmos on that?
You could,
Okay.
But yeah,
you could. But again, the Cosmos is a very nice, powerful machine, but the Dragon is a little heavy, so they end up with having a normal trike that doesn't have power. The great thing about the Cosmos is that you use it for solo, it's powerful, you use it for light tandem, and I know the Cosmos, I know all because I have customers that I train and I fly everything. And the Cosmos is a good, powerful, and smooth engine, but it's not that great of a power if you fly tandem. But if you fly solo, yes, it's a great machine. So
I think we lost them again, unfortunately.
Yeah.
They're way out in the boondocks, and they're trying to do a video Zoom through here. So we definitely appreciate them trying their best, and there they are again.
Maybe if they turn their video off.
I wonder if that does it. So guys, how about we turn off your video and just try to do the audio, so that way you're not trying to use a lot of, band.
okay.
See if that works
Yeah.
better.
What's up, Smith 101?
Is it back? Are we back?
Yep, you're back.
Okay.
Maybe that'll help.
Okay, so we have your audio or your video off, but we have your audio on. That way we can still talk with you, and hopefully the bandwidth will work out well. You can still hear us, Daniel?
Yes.
Well,
And
hey,
Eric's still here.
oh, excellent. Everybody, you guys sound better now. Well, you did for a second.
Say something if you when you're not there.
Oh, okay. We're here.
Okay.
I'm shaking my legs. I'm shaking my legs.
All right, so we do hear you. That's excellent. Thank you so much. Any other questions in the super chat for Daniel or Eric?
There was a question. I think PPG Pirate was. I don't know if it was a direct question, but does your unit use A assist?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And then I had a question, and it was really more related to quads versus, say, a trike. Is it? I mean, I'm sure you can fly anything and you can fly it very safely. My concern is, and it might be unwarranted, but like on landing and making sure you don't roll. I mean, is it easier to roll a quad versus a trike, or what would you say about that?
Definitely easier to roll at 3 wheels than the 4 wheels.
Really?
Oh, big time. I train enough with 3 wheels, train enough with 4 wheels to know and tell you 4 wheels is much easier.
Huh. Well, that's good to
Well,
know.
anyway, for me, when I train and when you learn, and after this, you can put 3 wheels, it's okay. But to learn and to be confident and more stable 4 wheels is better.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, it's generated a lot of interest, and I'm looking forward to seeing it too at Bad Apples. I'm sure you're going to go. I hope you're going to go.
I will, and I'm going to try to bring the Dragon as well, and I will have also the smaller one, the version which is my Sky Cart, the one that I used to teach with. It's a similar design. It's just smaller. It's a 1-seater.
Okay. Cool. So how, if someone wanted one of these, what's the wait time?
Right now, I would say it would be a month.
Okay.
And I'm saying a month, and that would not be a problem. Yeah, I don't like to overpromise, so I just tell you the truth, and if you can live with it, that's great.
Sure.
But
Waiting a month in the paramotor world is not something that we all haven't experienced.
Oh, okay.
So I completely get it. One thing that truly fascinated me about everything you said is that when you put this together, you designed it to where if something broke, you could go down to your local Harbor Freight, pick up something and get back.
Yeah, you can get a roller. I mean, the front end is that part that broke at the fly end that the guy had mentioned where the guy drove it into a ditch. That somebody could not make very easily. There's a lot of welding on that front end.
Right.
But the main part that you're going to damage, which is going to be your guard around the prop and things like that, those, if you had to, you could make them yourself. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's no small thing.
In fact, my first 3 Dragons that I built them entirely on a Harbor Freight bender.
Wow.
Yep, like for $120. Yeah.
Tony Marzano says he's got an old Blackhawk quad. Do you take trade-ins?
Oh no.
Kind of knew the answer to that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Tony Marzano has the old one. Is that what you said?
Yeah, he's got an old Blackhawk quad.
Need to talk to him about that Blackhawk quad. I've heard some people wanting to get a Blackhawk quad, and I don't know anybody that flies them, so I guess I'll need to get up with him and hear it from the horse's mouth.
There you go. There you go.
Now, Daniel, since you fly your quad that you make, did you fly any other quads that are out there or any other machines, or did you only fly your own machines that you make?
I've only flown the Green Eagle when I had that, and the Dragon. And I flew the Skycart once. I think last time I was here, I flew the Skycart, the smaller version.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Like I said, I'm relatively new pilot, I think. And I just kind of stay with my own unit. I don't.
Yeah. But that's pretty interesting. You're a new pilot and you made your own paramotor and you made your own company that builds your own paramotors. That's still pretty awesome.
Thank you.
We do have a question in the super chat from Oliver. It says, what is your go-to wing for this particular trike?
I fly a Dudak Universal 1.1. That's the only wing I've ever flown.
What size?
34.
Cool.
34, not an 18 meter. Gotcha. All right. Talk about going fast.
And then what do you fly for tandem, Eric? 30?
38.
38.
But normally,
Oh, normally 40. Yeah. But I know Jonathan Carr from Orlando flies a
40.
40. He flies a 40 as well. Oh, okay.
So I know one thing that's been an issue in the past. We had the COVID and all that stuff, but materials were hard to come by, and they were very I think it was titanium in particular. But is there anything that you would rely on that you couldn't get kind of locally, or is there certain parts that you have to import or?
Nope. Everything I had no problem other than, the price tripled during COVID for aluminum. But other than that, I had no problem getting it. You just had to pay a lot more for it.
Just throw enough money at it, right?
Right. Yeah. But there was no problem getting it. We used the chromoly on the front end and on the rear axle, which I can get. And then the rest is all 60-61 T6 tubing. And then the axles are a 70-75 solid. So we have no problem getting anything.
Okay.
I'm just to think, Sean, with all the, we're actually seeing people, paramotors made in America. And I get real excited about that, So
I get excited about that too.
Yeah.
So I hear that American-made paramotors is something that we can do. However, I heard that there's some sort of legal issue or something like that when it comes to making wings in America. Do you know anything about that, Daniel or Eric?
Oh, Elizabeth is telling me no wings are made in America.
That's true.
You don't know any of any.
Right.
Oh, she said there's none. Yeah.
Is there a reason behind that?
Sure. What's the reason? Eric? He's coming.
because everybody made them in Asia was cheaper. It used to be made in France or some other countries, but mostly in France. And I remember 20 something years ago, 25 years ago, there was one guy in, I believe in upstate New York, that was doing ITV, an older brand of glider, older brand. He was doing them in the United States, but not for very long. He had the license to make the paraglider, but he only did it a few years because everybody now outsourced in Sri Lanka, Korea, where it's cheap, China.
Okay, so you could make the wings here.
Get them here.
So you could make the wings here in America. It's probably just going to cost way too much because of material and labor.
Yeah, if you made a wing in America to make the same kind of profit to sell to a dealer and to sell to the retail, the wing would probably be at least 5,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Or four, at least four. But right now, if you look at the wing on the market, they're over 4,000. And for me personally, it's way too much because I know how much I pay a good wing. And
Right.
Elizabeth is also inspecting all wings. And the wings are not made with pure gold, by the way. They're made with material and threads. But some people are just buying the Kool-Aid and they buy the new kid on the block and the wing is 4,500 or 5,000. Sometimes it's too expensive. Very expensive.
They are very expensive, but the technology seems to really be pretty awesome. Now, I know that when you started way back in the day, your wings were not as, well designed as they are now. Can you kind of tell us what you kind of flew back in the day when you first started flying paramotors? What was the wing like, the lines like, the paramotor? How was it?
They were not what they are today, that I can tell you. We're going back 32 years ago almost now. And there was no trims, no speed bar, and there was big sails, and the smallest wing you could get was 28 to 32. And they were, I don't know, there was no rating per se, and they were not easy to inflate. They were only paragliding wing. There was no wing that was made for paramotor. But we were flying the wing with a motor, obviously. So it was not very easy to learn.
Interesting. When do you think that everything started rolling around to where the technology started to be really good for paramotors? How many years ago do you think that started?
That was 15 to 20 years ago max. In the last 15 years, a lot of progress, a lot of new things in the wings, but it hasn't changed that much. What has changed is the material, the line, and also some performance, of course, were faster and smaller. And the trend is to go smaller with wings. And that's what has changed a lot.
Interesting. Okay, how about the paramotors themselves? I heard that back in the day, the paramotors were really heavy and they didn't have the thrust and the power that we have now. Is that correct?
Very, very correct. You were lucky if you find something under 70 pounds or 65 to 70 pounds. No clutch, just pull start, and flimsy cage, not so reliable, but it changed. It changed a lot in the last few years.
When do you think that the good changes started to happen when the good motors started to come in and the better frames? About how many years ago was that when things really started?
Well, as far as I'm biased when I tell you this answer, but about 13, 15 years ago, when we could buy titanium light frame, that was a game changer.
Oh,
And the
really?
small engine from Italy, like the 100 and 125 cc with clutch, like the top 80 was the game changer.
Oh,
And finally, we had the more cc's, more horsepower, and then lighter frame. And now with, not to mention air conception, because that's what I like, that's what I sell, but they're so light, and now everybody's now is going light and titanium. It's no wonder we're copying everybody now to go light and pretty, and for ladies also things have changed because nobody in my days I was asking. I've trained ladies forever, but we never had anything for women, and I was asking all the time, can you make me a paramotor that is light for women? And now we have that with the top 80, the at home, and we have light frame. Now I think the market is really great. We have everything for everybody.
That is really awesome. I know that we got Fly It Wyatt. When I met him, he was what, 10 years old over at Bad Apples. He was flying I think with Adam 80. Was that what he's flying, Will? I can't remember, but he
Yeah, I
had
think so, in a single skin
skin
wing.
wing.
Yeah.
So you can start young now at 10, 8, 9, 10 years old. You can fly. And it seems like with the technology, you can continue to fly in your 90s, 100s, and beyond.
Yeah, that's right. Did you say 100? What did you say, 100?
100 and beyond. I mean, I plan on living to at least 100. Come on now. I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna share this with you. Yesterday, my buddy was reading about his life insurance policy, or those things that come in the mail. It says, and if you live to be 120, you'll get the full premium. I'm like, hey man, that's a pretty nice guarantee, isn't it? All you gotta do is let it be. It really said that. But okay. I don't know what the oldest person in the world is, but I mean, it's got to be somewhere around there.
It's around 92, 93 in France.
92, 93?
Yeah, it's still flying. And we have a few 82, 85 here. Not very many, but in Europe, it's not too rare to see 80 years old, but not a lot, but a few at every big event.
That's amazing. Gary Simon says there's only 9 likes. So we've got it's at 45 watching. So hit the like button, guys. It helps us out.
Right. If you like Eric Dufour, give him a thumbs up real quick. Okay. Come on. All right. If you like Daniel Feldman, give him a thumbs up real quick.
Yeah.
That's all these thumbs up are for. They're not for us. They're only for Eric and Daniel.
There you
And if you don't like me, give me a thumbs up anyway.
Hey, the audio, and you notice it's like gotten a little better there. So I would really like to be able to see them, but hey, it's good that you got a
This is
stable
cool.
connection.
No, yeah, they sound a lot better.
Right. So I guess for fun, I guess go ahead and try to do the video and see if your neighbors got off of Netflix and everything works now.
I went to see them all to say, can you shut your internet for a while?
That's awesome. Well, we are at the top of the hour. How long do we have you guys for?
Whatever.
Another 30 minutes or so? Is that okay, or do we need to go?
Well, it's all for Dan. For me, if you want to do anything, I'm here, but it's Dan's and about, oh, by the way, my scat card, like I said, it's a small miniature Dragon, and I'm training at the moment. A gentleman is 77 years old, and I'm training him. I give him like 11 flights on my sky card. He did pretty good, I have to say.
That's really awesome. 77 years old and starting to train.
Yeah, and he has 21 flights.
Oh my gosh.
How long did it take to get him? Did he do it like all at once kind of training, or was it just?
He was lucky enough only have 2 students, so he has 21 flights. It's been 4 days now.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome.
Wow. Yeah, that's great.
Good instruction makes a difference too, doesn't it? I mean,
Look, it's all about the weather. See, I'm only there to help, but there's more to it. He's having a very good quad and stable quad and very, very easy glider. I'm using everything that is the easiest for older people, obviously. And he's doing not too bad. Dan was there this morning to see the training, and for 77, it's pretty good.
You're never too old. I learned that. I went in
Yeah,
my first
possibly.
tandem last summer, and I'll be 68 in May. Whoop, whoop. And it's
Huh?
like,
She's 68.
She's 68.
Let me see. I don't see. Where are you? 68. Come on.
can you see
Where are
me?
you?
Can you see
I
me
don't
on the
see
screen?
you.
Now can you see me?
There we are.
What? She left her glasses on.
You're cheating now.
Can you see me now?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you're a good-looking 68, I have to say.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm going back in May. I'm in Michigan, so I'm going back to the fly-in at Torchport in May, and I'm gonna go on my second tandem with Eric Lear, Eric and Jade Lear. So
Good.
I'm super excited with Northern Lights Paramotors LLC.
Okay, I got a question for you then.
What's that, hon?
Why, if you're 68, a woman interested in this sport, why don't we have more women like you, your age and younger or whatever? Because we don't have enough. What's going on with the
We're
women?
getting there. We're getting there. That's
Hope
why.
so.
That's why I'm going to go on another tandem in May, because I want to, inspire other girls my age to get out there and just do it. It's fun. I don't fly one as such, but I, went out with Eric Lear, and I'd like to be the passenger. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot more fun, and I'm looking forward to going back up again.
Good.
It was so
Good.
much fun. It made such an impact on my life. I always tell people, everybody's different, when they go up in the air, what their feelings and all that stuff. And I was so excited, and so many emotions came over me. And and you can tell when I talk about it, I'm still excited about it. And I want to encourage other people, just do it one time. It's going to change your life. And it changed my life. It really did. It was everybody, hits them a different way, whatever's going on in their life at that time, kind of thing, and I just encourage people, just get out there, just do it. So, and I did.
I'm glad that you enjoyed this much.
Really excited.
Hey, Brian Franz had a question. He was wondering, for our northern buddies, any chance to be able to retrofit skis to the quad?
Yeah, I mean, we can, I mean, I don't see why that couldn't happen. Sure, but we haven't had much snow lately.
Right. We've had wind. I tell you what, we've had that in spades.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting kit to make, you guys, is some skis for people up north for their quads.
I'm from Canada and from Quebec, and there's quite a few people on 3 wheels. It's easier to fit 3 skis. What they do, they take the, under those snowmobile skis, they have plastic cover that they use. So when they cross the road, they don't damage their skis. Those are plastic. And they use this for doing skis for the trikes.
Huh.
Snow. It works pretty good.
Yeah, there you go. Kramer says he's 62 and he started flight school in January. He's got 15 flights now. Congratulations, Kramer.
Congratulations, Kramer.
Yeah, that's Linda Kramer. That's that you're talking about. Yeah, she just started flying. She's 62. Pretty exciting.
Oh, wow.
She's an awesome lady too. I tell you, talk about somebody inspiring you to, get out there and fly and do your own thing. That's the lady right there. I love you, Linda. Well, see, us Linda stick together. That's what it is. See, that's what it is.
Kramer says, I'm a girl.
I'm a girl.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's
So,
been so fun.
it has been. Daniel, I appreciate you hanging with us. We'll go another
Sure.
30 minutes if that's okay for an after show. Is that all right?
Sure.
Excellent. Well, good deal. But I am curious. You got the Dragon right now. Do you have any other ones in the future that you're working on, as far as like a different design or a different quad?
No.
No.
No. It's a lot of work involved in these. Yeah. To make, it's already pretty enough. I'm going to leave it just like it is. Yeah.
Excellent. Gotcha.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're on the after show officially. We're going to just be hanging out for another 25 minutes or so, talking about paramotors and quads and all that fun stuff. But Daniel, you said that you were going to give away 3 t-shirts tonight?
Yeah.
All right. So, So everybody get ready. The code for last week. Boom. The first person that puts the code in from last week wins a t-shirt from Daniel Feldman over at flydragonppg.com. All right. Come on, guys. We've got a little bit of a lag, so Kramer got it. Oh my goodness, Kramer got it. Wow.
That's Mrs. Kramer.
She is on fire.
That's right.
She got my little stickers and stuff I sent out. She should be getting them this week. She got them last week too.
Kramer is a big winner. Apparently, a very popular person on these podcasts. See Kramer everywhere and now winning all the time.
There
Richard
you
wants
go.
to go
You gotta
second.
be on
awesome.
it.
Congratulations, Kramer. So,
Write your notes.
so once again, Daniel, tell us about Fly Dragon PPG and how to get there, and tell us a little bit more about your business.
Let me see. I guess I would repeat what I said earlier, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we started a couple of years ago. Just designed my own unit, and it just evolved into the Dragon. And then I guess it was probably 6 months after I started the Dragon. Eric and I decided to build a smaller version for him, which is sold exclusively through Eric. It's a Skycart 2, and you can see a picture of that on our website. It's a really pretty unit, much smaller, and he puts the air conception engine on it. But it's really a pretty unit. Great for somebody who wants something a little bit lighter than the Dragon. The Dragon is a premium product and it's heavy. So, but the Skycart 2 is perfect for somebody who wants something smaller.
Excellent. Now, do you have these T-shirts that you're giving away on your store that somebody else can go and just buy if they want to?
No, we're not that far yet. No, no. We usually end up just giving them all away. We buy a bunch and then we give them away.
Oh, well, that's good.
So, is anybody going to Sun and Fun?
That's coming up on the 28th, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not this year. I'm not.
What, Jim? You never get out, man. You got to get out a little more.
It's at least once. Come on now.
I just got back.
We're laughing because Jim just went across the United States to fly-ins and all the way down to Mexico. So
Oh, okay.
he's from Canada. He has maple syrup smelling money, and people asked him, "Can I smell your money?" Because they've seen this show so many times. All right. So you just fly the quads. Now, I know that you have, certain sized wheels. Have you tried different size wheels? And if you have, which ones do you like the best? The skinny or the bigger, thicker ones?
No, I just have it's an 8-inch wheel, and I think they're 4 inches wide, and they work perfect for everything that I've ever had to fly in. They work good in grass that's a little bit tall. The nice thing about the 503 is it pushes through just about anything. So yeah, I've never tried different tires, but the axles will accept a balloon tire, something bigger. We left the studs long enough that you can put a bigger tire on. But I don't have any experience. Yeah.
Is that something that you guys sell too, like in a package deal type of thing, or something separate, like you did the Tandem? Like you can do that a Tandem, separately. Maybe you can do separately too.
It probably in the future. Yeah, in the future we'll get to that. But yeah, we're not there yet. Yep. So right now people can just go online and buy them at Azusa or someplace, and just get their own tires.
Oh, that's right, because you want everybody to be able to go out and get replacement parts or whatever.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Now I've got a question. So you've got that the bigger quad, right? It's heavier because you build it sturdy, right? And you got that behemoth of a motor on there, right? What is your fuel consumption? How long can you fly off of 3 or 5?
I can fly 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours and still have a reserve.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I was curious about that.
So how much do you burn an hour approximately?
I guess probably just maybe a little over 2 gallons an hour. Yep.
So that's gallons, not liters.
Gallons, yes.
8 liters an hour.
Yeah. Elizabeth just said, and it's made in America.
Yeah, that's right. Don't forget that. That's right.
All righty. Any other questions in the super chat or any other questions on the panel?
I assume that the rear axles, yeah, I'll use that term. They don't go backwards, like, so that they go behind the cage a little bit for a little bit more stability. They probably go straight out, huh?
Yes, they go straight out. Yeah.
Okay.
But boy, they're it's I don't, it's just so stable. I mean, I've taken off and actually had a wing touch on the other side and still going. It's just such a stable unit that the wing doesn't drag you. You can keep the unit going straight, and you have time to bring the wing back with it starting to tip you over, or drag you along the ground. So I've had no issues with that at all.
Beautiful.
Well, good deal.
Oliver G. Candice did ask a question earlier. He was wondering, he was asking, and I know this is contingent on a lot of factors, but he was asking what the cruise speed was. So I don't know how you really answer that without knowing weight and what wing.
Right. With the wing and
Depending on the side pallet and wings about 30-ish.
yeah, around 30, I would say. Yeah, in the 30, maybe 34 range, something like that.
Cool.
Because you said that you have a 34 meter, is that what you said?
I have a 34 meter. Yeah.
34 meter, and you're flying the trike with the 503.
Yeah, the quad. Yep.
I'm sorry, the quad. Yes, the quad.
Yep.
So 30
Yeah,
miles.
it's just trike just rolls off the tongue easier. It seems like everybody it does.
Was, and the thing is I got 3 different light trikes, and I got 2 other trikes, including the one with the 503, and I don't have any quads. So maybe I need to come and see you next time I go down to Florida and fly quad. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah. We'll be at Sun and Fun. We have a booth at Sun and Fun, and we have a booth at Oshkosh. Yeah, so both places.
Excellent.
But we manufacture in Pennsylvania, so that's where if you wanted to come up and fly one, or you can come down and see Eric.
Yeah. Next time I'm in Florida, I'll go see Eric.
There you go.
All right. Or bad apples, exactly. Will,
Right.
I think that you have a something you want to tell everybody.
Oh yeah, man. I just wanted to give a special plug. We've got a new fly-in Florida, Bowling Green, Florida, on June 8th through the 11th, and it's Fly It for Gauge. All proceeds are going to a nonprofit, a school nonprofit. Very, very nice area to fly. As a matter of fact, it's the nicest LZ for a paramotor fly-in that I've seen. It's actually 2 LZs. So it's at a really nice campsite, and it's family friendly, lots to do during the day. So check it out.
And is there a .com or someplace that we can go to figure out where that is? Or
There is. I will put a link in the chat.
Okay.
There's a Facebook. You can just do a search for Fly It for Gauge on Facebook. It'll pop right up.
Okay. And if you send me that, I'll put it in the description here, and I'll also make sure that our audio version has that link on it too.
You got it.
Excellent. All right, Daniel, we're rolling up on the last 15 minutes of this, man. I don't want to stop. It's just so fun to talk about paramotors. But okay, so you've been to Bad Apples. What other fly-ins have you been to, and what is your favorite?
I've never been to Bad Apples.
Oh, you haven't?
I've only been to
wow.
one. Yeah, I've been to Moonshiners down in Tennessee. I've been there twice, and they're the only 2 fly-ins I've ever been to.
Oh, really? Okay. What year did you go to Moonshiners?
This past year and the year before. Yeah, so the last 2 years.
Will, when did we go to Moonshiners? What year was that?
Well, I went last year and the year before. I think the year before is when you went.
Okay. 3 years ago? Okay.
Yeah.
And time just flies like paramotor pilots. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Will looks familiar. Were you there when the guy ran into the ditch?
Yeah, I was.
You were, okay.
I pretty much kept my distance, though. It looked like he had plenty of help. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and definitely, Moonshiners is an awesome place to fly. Yeah, if so long as you can launch,
Yeah,
you know, the winds cooperate. It's just a beautiful area.
Yeah.
Well, excellent. Well, let's go ahead and do our last spinny wheel today. Was there any other people that kind of came on late that wants to be on the spinning wheel for that last t-shirt from Daniel Feldman over at flydragonppg.com? Or do we still have the same amount of people?
I can double check that. I just got a notice here, Brian Franz. Sorry, I missed a question. Looks like PPG Pirate was asking about the source of Rotax. They're phasing out two-stroke.
They are. Yep. Everything I buy, other than that first one I bought, which is a brand new engine, they're all 0-time rebuilds. So they're all rebuilds. They come with a 2-year warranty on the engine and the gearbox. So they're yep, totally rebuilt.
Is there a reason for phasing them out?
Yeah, well, I think Rotax phased out all the 2-strokes now. They don't make the I don't think they make the 582 anymore. Yep. So all the 2-strokes are out. Yep.
So that's it, man. Wow.
Yep.
So what do you think would be the next good 2-stroke that is similar to the 503?
I don't know. I'm just going to stay with the 503s as long as I can get them, which the person that does them for me says he can get me as many as I need. So hopefully that's true. Yep.
Okay, good. All right. And I think on mine it says it needs a rebuild at $300. Is that what yours is? Is that what you?
The guy is recommending probably around 6 because we fly him at such a low RPM. We're not climbing out like an airplane. We're level of flight is around 4,400 RPM. So we're not really beating the engine up like a plane does. Where they're climbing out at 6,800 RPM.
So you said 600 hours?
Yeah. Yep.
Isn't that nice, guys? You don't have to do anything for 600 hours. That's a big difference from, what we're used to with the Moster 185 and other 2-strokes for sure.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, so the Pirate says, yeah, eventually the gearboxes and other parts will be, impossible to find. And so at some point, I guess either another company's going to step up or, you got to do something, right?
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But for now, you can get them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Get them and the parts. That's good.
Yep. Yeah. Now we did build one with a 4-stroke, a 38 horsepower 4-stroke. It's a Kohler engine that we had modified. We ship them out and have them modified. That gets 38 horsepower. So the guy that flies that is probably around 180 pounds, and it has plenty of lift. But once you get up, 220, 230, you need that extra horsepower.
Right. So 4-stroke just doesn't have the power.
It just doesn't have it.
Gotcha. Well, any other questions for Daniel or Eric from the super chat or the panel?
Eric has exited the building.
Eric's left the building. Darn it. All right.
Eric left the building.
Bye, Eric.
All right. So let's go ahead and spin that last spinning wheel. We got 10 more minutes until 8:30 my time, Central Time. I guess people are listening to different time zones, so hopefully we timed this good, timed it well, timed it correctly.
I think anything goes now.
I think so too.
We did have a few people come in. Zodi, Stephen Goodpaster, David Rainey, and Ryan R. Ride. So I've added them to the wheel.
How about Hairsmith 101? I don't remember that one. Or
Yep.
Richard Lincoln.
I gave him a shout out.
Okay.
Shout out.
Yeah. So I think we're good.
Cool.
Well, once again, Daniel Feldman,
It's simple.
he has been very gracious. He's making these quads over at flydragonppg.com. Make sure you go over there and say hi, obviously. And he's donated 3 shirts for us to give away on the show. So, everyone, please say thank you very much in the super chat. He's
Yes.
gone over and beyond what a guest should do, but we definitely appreciate you, buddy.
Yes, we do. Thank you.
All right. So,
Awesome.
Will, whenever you shuffle, and give her a spin.
All right, here we
While
go.
I'm spinning, Daniel, real quick, tell us about your company one more time.
Well, I will mention, I didn't mention this in the past, that I know that when we talked on the phone privately, I mentioned it, but we donate all the proceeds from Dragon PPG. I don't take a salary. Nobody takes a salary from Dragon. All the proceeds go to fight human trafficking.
Now that right there is
That
absolutely
is awesome. Yes.
Yeah,
So
should've
we
led
haven't
with
taken
that,
any-
man. That's important.
Yeah,
I mean,
over the
that's
last 2 years,
amazing.
we haven't taken any money.
Ooh,
well. That shows what kind of person Daniel is. He's absolutely
Yes.
an amazing person.
Oh, I didn't mean to call you Golly Teal, Goldie. On the spelling. So congratulations.
Congratulations, Goldie, right? Goldie.
Goldie, yes.
And I guess they're gonna call me, right? Is that they're gonna call me and then I'll mail them to them, right? That's what they're gonna do?
Absolutely. So one more time, give us the Fly Dragon PPG phone number that we can get up with you and ask you more questions, and obviously for Greg and Goldie to and who else? We got Greg, Goldie. Who else won?
Oh, the secret question.
Kramer.
Yeah, that's
Linda
right.
Kramer.
All
So it's
right.
the number is 845-866-5238.
Excellent. So make sure you get up with Daniel and tell him that you won on ClearProp TV, and he will send you out those shirts. Man, it's been such a wonderful time talking with you, and the
Yeah.
quads just sound so amazing. I can't imagine holding 2,000 pounds on a quad and stepping on it with 3 different people, and it's still there. I mean, that's 4 Gs. That's incredible. I mean, what are the chances of pulling 4 Gs in a quad anyways?
What are the chances?
It's only if you do acro spiral and you have a collapse, and the shock of reopening will pull that many Gs.
Okay, that makes sense.
If you pull more than 4 Gs during acro, you pass out anyway, 4 or 5 at least. And then there won't be any structural failure. But if you had a collapse and then you fall, and then you may go more than 4 or 5 G, and then you never know. Either the glider will fail or the machine. But for the Dragon, it will take at least 4 Gs or more. This we know that.
So the big thing is the wing being able to hold 4 Gs, since your machine is able to hold 4 Gs.
Yes, and then not all the wing will do that, depending on their size and the load. It's always about how much G's you will pull, and if you don't do acro, but you have a major collapse and it takes time to reopen, you have to think of when it reopens, there's a shock, and how much. No, it's hard to calculate.
Especially when you're kind of on the max weight on our paraglider or the quad.
Thing is, nowadays everybody flies so many small gliders, and on the trike too, because that's fun. You can go 35, 40 miles an hour. That it's getting interesting. You're going fast, but there's a cost. Fast is good, but fast is also, when you crash fast, you hurt fast too.
That is true. So in your experience, what kind of reserve is not the best, but which one would you recommend as far as like a reserve for people?
It's very difficult. You have to take one that is a good reputation reserve, and there are many good ones in the market. I hear a good thing about the Square one now. I sell Square Reserve, but I've only deployed reserve in skydiving, but never in PPG. And I don't fly with a reserve, but if I do stunts, yes, I will. But for me, a square reserve, I think the technology is there. And if you go light, it's good too. It packs very small, it's light, but I would tell you that light is not always as strong as. But now with the technology, you can have a strong with a light reserve. But I did not experience those reserve opening to tell you about.
Okay, so there's square, there's round, and regalo, which are usually the steerable. Have you ever used a steerable reserve?
No, only in skydiving. So steerable is a good asset, but I don't see how important it is for somebody who's never going to probably use it in his lifetime. But for somebody who does acro, fly, thermal competition, it happened that they have to deploy a reserve. So it's nice to have a steerable reserve.
Totally agree. Totally
To
agree.
get out of trouble, other trouble.
What's that?
I said to get out of the next trouble, which is where do you land now?
Did anybody hear him? It sounds like he's kind of breaking up a little bit. Did you guys hear what he said?
Say that
Or am
one
I
more time.
breaking up?
It could be the French accent too.
Well, maybe that's what I
I got
understood.
that part.
He said that that it's good to get out of the next trouble. So you pull
Yes,
it up,
yeah.
then the next trouble is finding a place to land. So
Voila.
that's what it's a.
Voila, because the reserve is okay, save your life, but what's next? Where do I
Yeah.
land?
Alligator pit, right?
In Florida.
Yeah. Oh, geez. That would be a good, bad day, wouldn't it? I mean, you'd be like, oh, yay, oh, dang. Oh, geez. What a great show. I think we lost Sean.
Did we?
I think so. Either that or he's thinking.
I think we lost him.
That was a great show. It sure was. It was really nice to be able to talk to another manufacturer and Eric and hear all they have to say about this new or this quad. There's definitely some interesting information that we haven't heard before.
Most certainly.
I guess somebody's watching Netflix over here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear it going upstairs too.
Just got to give the wife the credit card or the husband the credit card and say, here, go do something for an hour while I do my podcast.
I know, right? Oh my gosh. I've had such an amazing time. Daniel Feldman, Eric Dufour,
Yes.
you guys were absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for your time. I know that you got better things to do, like go fly, but you chose to jump on PVG Grandpa's Paramotor
Yeah, yeah.
podcast, and I definitely appreciate that. Thank you guys.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your time and everything. I had a blast tonight. Really appreciate you. Really do.
You're
We learned a
welcome. Nice meeting you. Like seeing you all.
Yeah,
Good.
definitely. Next flying for sure.
Yeah. I'm not going to all fly-ins, but I do the Bad Apple for sure, and I do a few, but not very many anymore. But yes, I will probably see some of you guys in some different fly-ins.
I was actually hanging out with Susie and Wayne, and I know for a fact they would want me to say hello to you.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, Wayne and Susie are good old friends. A long time ago, we'll go a long time ago.
He was telling me about his first flights, and I believe they were with you up in Montreal or Quebec or
Doesn't
something.
make me any younger, right? There's a lot of people that had their first flight with me, and they've been in this business for 20 years or more.
It's a real pleasure meeting both of you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you,
You too.
guys.
Yep.
Absolutely. You guys are
Yeah.
amazing. Well, thank you so much. We definitely appreciate it. We had Daniel Feldman and Eric Dufour from FlyDragonPPG.com. Amazing people. Obviously, Eric is kind of the godfather of our paramotoring sport. So we definitely appreciate you for being here. We also got James Bevel. He's helped us out a lot too. He's been in the background, but he also has his very own sticker and sticker place, and he's been giving out stickers. Just go to jbppg.com. Make sure you get that free account over there, and he's going to give out some free stickers. He's just going to go through the people that signed up and give out some free stickers. So make sure you go to jbppg.com. Also, we got Jim from Canada. He's done that trek through the United States and down into Mexico to go out to these really cool fly-ins. He's our official printing and publishing guy. So real quick, Jim, tell us a little bit about your company and how we can get some decals, and what are decals anyways?
You can get some stickers or decals or decals, as you might call them, from just go to carepp.com. And if you want to follow some of my paramotoring fun, that's careppg.com. And there's all sorts of things that I can help you with at carepp.com. You can go there and I can help you with calendars. I can help you with flyers and brochures and anything that you can think of. Now, they're not all on there, so you might just have to message me and ask me. And then if you mention PPG Grandpa, I'll give you 10% off.
Nice.
Excellent. So make sure you go over to carepp.com and find something that you want, especially the PPG calendar. So if you want your own paramotor calendar, you have your own shots, right? Whatever beautiful pictures that you have, he will make you your very own paramotor calendar with you starring in the calendar. Great for gifts for every holiday throughout the world. So Jim, thank you so much for all the stuff that you do. We definitely appreciate you too. We also got Paramom USA, Linda Anderson. If you want to be on the show, get up with Linda. If you go to paramomusa.com, that will actually forward over to her Facebook page, and just PM her and say, I want to be on the show. She
Right.
also has, she also has a very famous son. So tell us real quick about that, about your famous son and what he does on Thursday nights.
Yeah, y'all gotta jump on Thursday nights, the paraglidingtalk.com with my son, Robert Michaels, and he is the host of that show, and he hosts it every Thursday night. And we talk about paragliding, sometimes paramotors, but mostly paragliding. So yeah, that's how I got the name Paramount, because Robert flies, and I've been following his show, and then I just started following these guys, and here I am 4 years later. I'm still hanging with the ClearPropTV team, and I just love it. I love it. And I just want to say a shout out to my chatters out there tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on Monday night, the only place to be. And like I said, if you want to be on my show and be a guest on the show, just go to paramomusa.com and it takes you right to my Facebook page. And you can PM me or you can call me and I'll get you all set up. There you go. How's that, Grandpa? How'd I do?
That was absolutely superb. That was like amazing. Your star material. That was awesome. I love it.
Oh, thanks.
Absolutely. And
Thank you.
without you guys to help me on this podcast, this would not be fun. I need you guys. I appreciate you guys, and wouldn't be able to do it without you either. So we definitely thank you. We also got Will Fly from willflyppg.com. Not only is he here on this show, but he also has a show with his friend Shane on Tuesdays. If you want to tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, man. Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. on YouTube, Paramotor Hangout. Shane, Mark, and myself get together, and tomorrow night's topic is going to be all about what you do before you train, or it'll be training related as a new student. So I don't know what the exact title is yet, but it'll be along those lines. Should be a great show. So yeah, come join us. And you can check out my videos on willflyppg.com or on YouTube. Just search for Will Fly.
Excellent. And then don't forget, guys, on Wednesday night, you can go over to Paramotor Girl for another Paramotor podcast. And also on Friday, go to paramotordude.com for Scuba Steve's vaping / paramotor podcast. Man, we did amazing. I love it. We only went for an hour and a half, which is almost a record for us. We had Daniel Feldman and Eric Dufour here and gave us a bunch of really awesome information and told us about the good old days. So we definitely appreciate you guys. Make sure you go to flydragonppg.com and check out that website. You guys are amazing. We thank you so much. And we're going to say goodbye to everybody out there in streaming land and real land. And we're going to go ahead and have a private talk right after this. So thank you guys.
Thank you,
Peace out.
chatters.
Have a
Much
good
love.
one. And don't forget to run into the sky.
Good night.
Good night, y'all. I love that run into the sky. I think that's one of the coolest things